Hey, this is Scotty, and guess we're in week 15, which doesn't quite seem possible. Everything's gone by very quickly. I'm still trying to squeeze and get 280 hours. I've had a lot of time off, so it's been next couple of weeks are going to be kind of a lot of time spent at the practicum. Really didn't have a clue what to talk about this week, so I thought maybe I would bring up. A couple of issues that concern me, but which are based on information that I've gathered in the program. Um, I believe that no, I don't know what class it was in, but at one point we read an article in a class that talked about just how influential the pharmaceutical industry is in our everyday lives. Excuse me. One of the things that the article talked about was how the pharmaceutical industry may create psychiatric illnesses a in order to market a product. And the article, I guess I could say, kind of bordered on paranoia, but it kind of struck a chord with me because one of those things that I find hard to deal with is the diagnosis of ADHD and the necessity of medication in children. And I know I would have plenty of parents tell me that, well, you don't know what it's done for my kid, or um, a counselor might say that you really can't get across to so and so unless he's on his Ritalin. But I'm an older student in this class, and I don't remember growing up any of us being diagnosed with ADHD and placed on medication. Um, I remember we had teachers that had the time and the patience to individualize our educations. So, my words may make somebody a little frustrated, but no, I'm sure that there are children with behavioral problems that are responsive to medication. But my younger son he was wild as a buck, as we say around here, when he was young. He would bounce off everything, and the teacher I actually had a teacher tell me that she hoped she didn't get him in her class. And about sixth grade, he just kind of slowed down and said, "Hey, I'm going to straighten up and I want to be valedictorian," and that's what he did. Um, so ADHD for me is one of those things that I guess I would truly have to experience it before I'm going to sign off or agree on a child taking medication. I mentioned in one of my videos about the little boy that we see who is on Haldol, and a pediatrician gave this 9-year-old kid a diagnosis of bipolar disorder. And that kind of freaked me out. I mean, why start labeling children? That's gonna set the tone for the rest of their life. So that kind of bothers me. And when we see children in the clinic, um, they're often presenting with problems that I would say are a result of traumatic issues during their childhood, attachment problems, every ace that you can imagine these children are faced with. Yet we want to medicate them rather than advocating to change their environment. So yeah, that's kind of my pedestal. I don't like to see children taking medication. There's too many connections that are yet to be made in the brain. Um, when it comes to trauma, children who suffered severe trauma, I am aware of research that shows that some antidepressants can lead to increase in hippocampal cells that have been lost due to trauma. So that is something that is encouraging. But so it looks like I'm already running out of time, and I didn't even get off of one soapbox. But I guess my question to you is, how do you feel about children taking medication? And how do you feel about advocating for more behavioral treatments of children as opposed to psychopharmacology? So that's my question. Everybody have a good week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.